Donald Trump, in his election campaign, promised Americans for America first. They will PR America and Americans and will work for Americans' prosperity. One of the things that hurdling the American prosperity was the illegal migrants in the United States of America. And he promised in his election campaign about mass deportation of them, mass deportation to Central American countries and other nations. And then he is winning election and taking charge on January 20. And from that day, struggling for it, passing an executive order, reverting the decisions of ex-government, ex-administration, and now arresting illegal migrants, what he is terming aliens and criminals, and deporting them to different countries of Latin America, deporting it to Colombia, Mexico, deporting it to Brazil, and deporting it to Nicaragua. In the last weekend, some clashes were seen between Colombia and the US. The US arrested illegal migrants of Colombia and deporting it through two military aircrafts to Colombia. But at the last moment, the Colombian president Gustavo Petro is ordering the airport authorities to back the military aircrafts, and their deportation was unsucceeded. In retaliation, Donald Trump is ordering to impose 25% tariff on Colombian goods, and it will be increased to 50%. Similarly, the Trump administration ordered embassy in Bogota to not issue visas to Colombians, and sanctions were imposed on Colombian officials, their supporters. The US is exporting more goods to Colombia than the Colombia exporting to US goods. The US is exporting goods of 28.8 billion US dollar in 2022. The Colombia is exporting goods of value 24.7 billion US dollar. Means a trade deficit exists. The Colombia is exporting gold, cut flowers, coffee, and crude oil. The US is exporting to Colombia soybean, corn, gasoline. Then the Colombian president is reverting from what he promised and accepting the conditions of the United States of America. He was unable to face the trade war with the Donald Trump and with the US. And the same decision was appreciated by the Mexico President Claudia Sheinbaum, that the region saved from conflict, of the trade war. The US is deporting migrants to Mexico, and it is estimated that up to now 94 migrants are deported to Mexico. Mexico president is terming that most of it are Mexicans and some are of other countries. But still, there are talks between the Mexico and the Trump administration about the accepting of other countries' citizens. The Mexico foreign minister is discussing with the Trump administration about such issue. In Trump's first term, he introduced a stay in Mexico policy. Stay in Mexico policy means the migrants will be in Mexico and will apply in US for asylum, which the human rights activist groups criticized the policy of Donald Trump, as the migrants will be open to Mexico corrupt officials to abuse them anytime. That's why they're criticizing the policy of Donald Trump. In 2021, Joe Biden and the ex-president of Mexico, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, agreed, and President of Mexico agreed that will accept 30,000 migrants per month, and stay in Mexico policy was ended. But now Donald Trump is hinting about and interested in stay in Mexico policy. But still, the Trump administration and Mexico is discussing through dialogue. Although the Mexico is starting a repatriation program in which they are welcoming their citizens, they are warmly welcoming their citizens to come to Mexico. We are accepting you with open hands. But still, countries are blaming the US such deportation through military aircrafts and terming them blatant disrespect and against human rights. Especially Brazil is blaming the US administration about they are behaving with the migrants. But still, the US is a powerful country in the region, and no one goes against United States of America. The White House press secretary Caroline Levitt is terming the clash between Colombia and US is that the world will know that America is respected again. What you people think about it? Write down your opinion in the comment section. I will meet you in the next video. Bye bye.